Hey viewers, it's VEDA Day 17 and I'm really excited because a couple days ago my cat grass started growing, and then just now when I was watering my plants I realized that I'm getting little tiny sprouts of thyme and little tiny sprouts of lavender. They're still so small you can barely see them, but there are little bits of green. You can see there's little bits of green in there, and my rosemary isn't coming up yet, but yeah, I'm so excited. So as you can see today, I'm also not going to do the thing that my friend suggested because it's going to take me a while. Probably just reserve that for a little bit later. But today, I worked on some stuff for my Etsy last night, so I posted some stuff today. Sorry, I got distracted because there's a bunch of ladybugs. Ooh, ladybugs. It's that time of year already. Anyway, I posted some stuff to my Etsy this morning, and then Grandma and I went to the post office so I could ship a couple of Etsy orders that I had from a few days ago, this past week, stuff like that. Bought her some stamps so we can put stamps on her bills and things like that. And then we went to the cemetery to see where my grandfather is buried, Gram's husband, and there are people there that I know, which is like not okay with me. A kid that I went to high school with is buried there. And I really like going to cemeteries, and by the way, Rich asked me what's the difference between a cemetery and a graveyard. I forget where I learned that. I may have learned it from the cemetery sextons because my mom and I have a paranormal investigation group and we do investigate in cemeteries / graveyards a lot, and my mom is a minister and she actually officiated a wedding ceremony in that graveyard that I did my VEDA Day 4 video in. It was an instance where the couple had played in that graveyard together as children because they lived nearby, so they decided to get married there because it was part of their childhood, not just because they're really creepy and morbid. But the wedding was on Halloween. It was very cool. So we had the cemetery sextons there because it was a historical event. It was the first wedding ever performed in that cemetery. And so I believe it was they who taught us that the difference is a cemetery becomes a graveyard when it is no longer active, meaning that people are no longer buried there. When it's closed, it becomes known as a graveyard. So we went to the cemetery today where my grandfather is buried and the kid that I went to school with and the sibling of someone else that I went to school with, and it's just like a little bit too close to home. But I really like going and looking at all the things that people have put on the grave markers and the quotes that are on people's gravestones and things like that, because as we all know, those sorts of things are really for the living rather than for the dead. So that's what we did. Now we're back home. I watered my plants. I'm really excited. I am helping Grandma make something for us to eat. The boys are about to be home from school. I have to watch my little cousin a little bit. And then I'm going to post the rest of the new things on my Etsy that I have. Actually, not the rest, but the rest of the things that I did yesterday. And then eventually I have to take pictures of all the other new pendants and things that I did weeks ago that I just haven't even put up yet. So let me know what you guys want to see. Let me know what you're interested in. I want people to, if you see something and you're like, oh, I really like that, but I wonder if she could do it with a different symbol or in a different color or a different size or whatever, feel free to ask me. The worst I can say is no, I can't do that. But that's another reason why I don't put a lot of things on my Etsy, because things don't sell and then I think, oh, no one's interested in them. And the thing that I just sold is a clay pendant that I made a long time ago, and it wasn't selling over and over and over, so I took it off. I let the listing expire and I never posted it for a very long time. I just reposted it and someone bought it. So I just don't know what kinds of things are going to sell at which time, but I'm going to try and pay a little bit more attention to some seasonal things and post things as they become appropriate for the time of year and things like that. So speaking of, I do have some gay pride related pendants up already, and I have to post new pictures of them because they do have the hooks on them now. As you all know, June is Gay Pride Month, so that's coming up pretty soon. Okay, but that's enough of a ramble. I'm going to go finish because the microwave is beeping at me, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching. Blessed be, and goodbye.